I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the show. We are joined, as always, by young Mr. Ryan Lynch.
Hi.
That's a nice hat you have.
Thank you.
And speaking of nice things that we have a nice, funny friend, comedian, who's an old pal of mine. He's got a great outfit on right now. Give it up for Ben DeMarco.
Oh, hey guys, you're a nice boy too.
That
Hello.
intro sounded like if a bubble was an intro.
Yeah,
A bubble?
If a bubble was an intro.
like a beautiful,
A beautiful bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a beautiful bubble today. Well, you guys said to be beachy, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said. Ryan was like, dress beachy.
Dress beachy.
And nobody else dressed beachy.
I
It's
feel
kind
like
of-
I look fairly beachy.
You do look beachy, and you know what? You've got the shorts on too. So
We could pass
Shorts
for
for
beachy.
beaching.
yeah, you guys can pass for.
You're working the
Coney,
grill.
Coney Island
Hey.
beachy. Yeah,
Hello.
flipping the burgers. Yeah, come on over here.
Come
Hello,
on.
chick. Come into my house. I love you.
You may be the
Hello.
first person to come on the podcast wearing a matching short and top
That is
set.
true.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it was irresistible. You know,
No
what I
free
mean?
ads.
It was irresistible. Yeah, you can bleep it out.
Wow.
But yeah, so what's up, guys? What's up with you? What's up with you? You just got married. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Got married.
Yes.
All is
Fuck,
well.
Yes, and you looked very handsome, and you had a beautiful bride, and you looked great too. So
Thank
did
you.
Hill Dog.
Thanks.
I saw the pics. I assume my invite got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Rye. Do people call you Rye ever?
Sometimes
Rye.
rye guy or
Rye
rye
guy.
rye.
Anybody ever call you Rye bread?
Sometimes, yeah, that was an annoying one.
Rye
Rye French fry was a
Rye
bad one.
Rye fry. Okay,
Rye
sure.
French fry by
French rye.
by
You don't like rye French fry?
No, it was said in a mean way. Not in a
weird.
bullying way, but like, oh, rye French fry, and then
Oh,
when-
like a taunting
Did you like
way.
French fries?
I did, but it had nothing. It had to do with the rhyme and not my love for the potato.
Yeah, strange.
So just saying that, taunting me, thinking she's better than me.
Bleep that shit twice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is fun, guys. Yes.
dude.
Anybody ever call you rhinoceros?
No. I saw a video recently with a list of,
Triceratops?
have you seen that video where there's a video that came out? You're listing like 4 of the 5 names
Oh,
so
really?
far, where it's like different things you can call your friend Ryan. And it's all these nicknames.
Oh, I have seen a lot of those.
My favorite-
for like just he does them for like every name, doesn't he? This guy.
I've only seen the one for my name.
Well.
So I think he's
makes
just
sense.
like a Ryan funny guy account for Ryan's.
Oh, it's just Ryan's.
Just for his name's not Ryan. He just makes
that's
them
awesome.
for guys like me.
What are some other ones that he said?
My favorite one was Ya. Just the first 2 letters. The
Ya?
middle 2 letters. Ya.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
So I want to go
love
by
that.
Ya.
What about Jan?
Yan.
Yo, Jan is good.
Jan.
Yeah,
Giannis?
Jan or Yan.
Yan.
What's up, Yan?
I like Ya. What's up, Ya?
What's up, Ya?
Ryut.
Hi, my name's Ya. I'm joining your tea
Raya.
time today.
Raya.
Raya. I like Raya.
Ryan the Lion.
Yeah. Ooh, the lion. Yeah, Ryan the lion. That's a good one. Yeah, dude. Ryan. Yeah.
What about you? Any Ben ones?
Okay, Ben, did I name you Benny D? How did Benny D? Ben was called Benny D exclusively for
a long time. I don't
very
think. I
long
think when I
time.
met you. So when I met Giulio, I first moved. I came to New York and did a new talent show at Gotham. Jessica Kirson was running it, and that's where we met. And this is like 2000. This is like 2008. 2000. Yeah, probably 2008.
Ben.
And yeah. And what was really popular at the time was Jersey Shore, Pauly D's, all this. And for whatever reason, I came to New York. I did this one show, New Talent Night. And I put my name down on the thing as Benny D because I thought it was. So when we
was a
first
vibe.
met,
Got it.
it was
the
like something
first
that,
time you've
yeah,
ever
it was like
been
the first
Benny
time
D.
that I was ever
And
Benny
you just
D.
became Benny D.
Yeah,
from
and then
that.
like it just kind of like stuck, and I changed the Instagram and all that all that stuff. And
You really liked how it made you
Benny
feel.
D.
yeah,
dude,
it
was
yeah,
sweet.
you know, it felt fun and silly.
He
Kinda
makes
like
fun of me
me.
still because I had my computer, dude. at the show.
Self-proclaimed silly.
Yeah.
I'm just silly.
Yeah, I'm
He's a
just
silly
silly.
guy.
I'm just
guy.
silly. You know me.
He's a
Oh yeah,
silly-
you used to roll around with your computer. And
I don't know that I used to roll around with my computer. I had my computer at this show, bro. I was like my second show. I'm sorry that
Yeah.
I fucking
No
wanted to
backpack?
be prepared, dude.
Oh no,
No
dude.
backpack. I
Dan-
must have had a backpack.
Raw computer.
Yeah, he must have had. And yeah, it was just fucking raw dog.
It's raining, no rain jacket or umbrella. Fuck.
Exactly. And back then, it's 2008. This computer must have been like a nice, thick boy, like a nice Vizio or something.
Dell
It was
Epsilon
a, it was a
notebook.
Dell.
It was a Dell.
I believe.
Epsilon notebook.
And dude, this thing must have had like, I'm not even kidding you. It might have had like a fucking 5 gigabyte hard drive.
Seriously,
Hell
right?
yeah.
Maybe even
Hell
less.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
My
shit.
college computer may have had a 30 megabyte hard drive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not positive that it didn't. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. And half of it's all just all the files are taken up by sweet LimeWire porn.
100%.
Yeah.
Not, dude, this has a bigger hard drive than my MacBook or than my Mac,
Yeah, right.
than my desktop.
No,
This
really.
is a terabyte hard drive on this.
Get out of
I've
town.
sent you
no
800
cloud. I mean, because I've got a terabyte cloud, but that's I got a full
Terabyte on the
in the
On the
boy
piece.
in the boy.
Terabyte
Have a
cloud's
special
bullshit.
order it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Because then they also like I constantly have no money in my account, so it'll be like when they try to charge it, then all my shit's gone because they're like, guess what, pal? You don't have
wow.
enough money to renew your
No memories,
subscription, eh? Yeah.
$9.99 a month.
$9.99. I go, come on, let me move some funds around, okay?
Spoken like a real Benny D, dude.
Even with the
Gotta move some
terabyte,
things around.
even with the terabyte, you can go to search for a photo that you have from like 2018. It should be there. It should be accessible. You're not even underneath the tunnel, and it still buffers.
Oh God.
What are you
Oh,
paying
right.
for?
Yeah, it does take a long time, but it does come to you ultimately. It does download, but it takes a long time.
It should be now. I want my
Should be
now right
instant.
It's bad.
Yeah,
It's real bad.
now. Yeah.
it's not. I mean, it's pretty first world problems, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, dude. Fuck that. Terabyte, dude. Fucking.
yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, my current computer, it's like a MacBook Air. It has nothing on it. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's like
How many GBs?
I don't even know. Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. I'll tell you that much. It's all external hard drives. You know, right?
Gotta take it to the shop.
You know, right? Fucking, what was it? Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
no,
this
no,
right
no.
now.
I got a couple TV extensions via USB-C cable.
Oh,
Just
sick.
plug it around the back, pop it on the hood,
Oh,
the
shit.
hood of the top,
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
my
yeah,
God.
dude.
Wait,
laptop.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
extra storage, baby.
Okay, nice. What's the hood?
The hood?
Yeah.
The hood of the laptop.
Oh, the hood of the laptop. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Thought you were uncircumcised.
The hood.
Pop it
Fucking,
on the hood.
Terabyte on my cock.
Yeah, peel the hood back.
dude, love it.
the
What, you
hood?
been cooking up any good shit or what? Ben is a very good cook.
Oh yeah, dude. I've been cooking. I've made a lamb stew yesterday, which not even okay. I
How
made
was
it
it?
twice this week because I like a good beef burgundy. I've kind of gotten into lamb recently for some
Dude,
reason.
summer lamb stew is the craziest.
It's so crazy.
Is it
That's
is
a
it lamb
Yeah,
stew
it's a thick
gazpacho?
stew. Yeah, it's like a thick stew. It's hot. It's so hot, dude. I look like I've been eating it right now, dude. I'm sweating, dude. It's the
so hot.
craziest thing.
It's like 90 degrees. He's like,
yeah, it's 90
"Oh."
degrees. You know, it's a tropical dish, dude.
It's your first time getting into it?
No, so like I love making. I've made countless.
big cook, this guy.
Yeah, I've made countless stews, but recently I was like, oh, I'm gonna just throw some lamb in this bitch, and it blew my mind. I was eating. I was like, this is so fucking good. And that same night, I was over at Remy's house, hilarious comic, my girlfriend Remy Casimir, and we're
She's
eating
done the
this.
show.
Oh, nice, yeah. So we're eating that's right. So we're eating the stew. We're eating the stew, and her friend calls, and she's like, "Oh, I just got out of a show. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing?" And Remy's like, "We're eating this lamb stew. Like, do you want to come over and eat this stew?" And she's like, "Well, I have a date with me. Can I bring the date?" So she comes over with this date,
Oh my
and
God.
these people will not shut up about the stew. They're having the best.
They
time.
love the stew.
They love the stew. And yesterday, we got a random text message from the guy that came over and was like, "Can I get that recipe for
Hilarious,
this stew?"
dude.
He's like, "I
Hilarious.
want to make it for my friends. I can never make a good stew." Like it was a crazy good
Who's
stew.
making stew?
Yeah, so I sent him the recipe for the stew, and as I'm writing the recipe, I'm salivating, dude, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to go make this stew again. So I made the stew twice within like 5 days, dude. So I'm full of stew right now.
Damn.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and there's a lot left, dude. There's a lot left.
You got to put in like a baby bottle.
Yeah, I mean it's
Suck
too
on
thick.
it.
It's too thick, right? It's too thick, yeah.
You just need a little bit of it though. You're salivating for it. You got to plug your mouth with something that.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I was probably 90% stew. I'm not even joking.
Oh
I was
my God,
so full. I was burping. Stew was coming up when I was burping. I was filled with delicious lamb stew, dude. Still probably about a pot left.
How big's the pot?
It's a bit, like, you know, the pot started about this big, yeah, and it was then I got it down. I got it down to right about.
And now,
here.
because when you get home, it'll have that like film of lamb
Of like fat.
on the top.
I do.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
This guy knows his stew.
It's like one of the top 10 things about stew is that fat.
Dude, yeah. So you gotta
just
skim the
too
fat.
fucking funny.
That's a good tip, actually, Julio. Is that when it does cool and it's in the fridge and you see that fat layer form, you should scrape that son of a bitch off of there.
Interesting.
Yeah, toss that shit out because it's gonna be better for you. It's gonna be a nicer stew.
But won't like it like settle back into the stew if you were to reheat it?
Sure, but I mean, I think anytime that there's just like a big anytime there's a big excuse me, I had a little stew in there.
Just stewing in your
Yeah,
throat.
it's just been
God, dude,
Yeah,
lamb
anytime there's like too much fat, and dude, lamb's really fatty, so there is like a lot of fat.
Dude, I wish Ricky was here.
I know,
He's
right?
losing his
Dude.
mind about the stew, dude.
We gotta, I'll send him some stew, dude.
Yeah,
I should
send
send
Ricky
you and Hillary some stew, little
Dude.
house. Yeah, I sent it to the house.
If you sent him stew, he would be so pissed.
Yeah, dude. I feel like you're absolutely right because I made soup once when we were on the road, like in the morning, and he lost his
Oh,
mind.
he's like, bro, who the fuck is
who's
making soup?
Yeah, he'd feel the same way about 90 degrees.
It was 100 degrees that day. And he's making soup for breakfast. He's making dinner soup for breakfast.
chicken
It
noodle
was
soup for breakfast.
one of the funniest things of all time.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is that smell?" It's like, well, because we drank so much the night before, I literally thought in the morning I was like, the only thing I'm going to be able to get into my body is like slurp some soup.
Stew.
I've never heard of that.
Not soup.
I've never heard of
stew.
that as like the final resort for just a terrible hangover.
I mean, it's just something that I feel I can get in me without like a lot of work.
Is this something that you'll be fixated on for like a week or so and then you get over it? Or do we feel like something like this stew is brewing
I think
to be like a stew summer?
I think, dude, it might be stew summer. It very well might be because,
You're pissing salt, dude.
dude, there's so much salt too. It's crazy. Like, oh my god, I'm full of salt.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Come out of your
Dude.
ears.
So funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm sweating salt, man. My most of my diet right now is stew.
Stew.
Yeah, like definitely this week it's probably been like at least one meal a day has been stew because somebody's got to finish it.
Wait, all right, dude. Dude, unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I swear to God, I wish I had brought some because there's still
a lot of stew.
dude, there's so much. It's crazy. There's a lot of stew left.
How do you travel with stew?
Well, you got to get a Tupperware that screws on.
Screw
So
on?
you got to get a screw-on lid because you don't want to risk spilling the stew in all over your computer. And
Yeah.
No backpack, just some loose stew and a backpackless laptop.
Oh my gosh, crazy. Just get that like stew oil on your shit.
Oh, dude, I've had stew oil all over my mouth all week, dude. Dude, it's looked like, when you get like too much Carmex or like, like chapstick all over your lips? That's what I've been looking like, but it's just lamb fat.
Did you ever let it get cold and then it festers into the film that's on top of in the fridge?
That's a great idea, Rye. That it's it's a good idea, that you could scrape that shit off and like shape it into a chapstick shape, like savory chapstick. That's another thing that I've been working on.
Lamb chop?
Savory vapes, you guys. Everybody loves a sweet vape, berry flavors. I need like a
Lamb
stew
vape.
stew
Lamb
flavored
stew.
vape. Yeah, clam chowder. Basically any soup flavored vape sounds good. A
Lobster
salty
bisque
vape,
stick?
dill pickle, like anything, you know. Ooh, lobster bisque.
Lobster bisque stick.
Lobster bisque. Ooh, okay. He's this guy. I see why you keep this guy
Stew stick?
around.
Stew
Yeah.
stick?
Stew sticks. Yeah,
Stew
stew sticks by
sticks.
Ben. Yeah.
And then you got to re-up with some stew juice.
Yes, Ben's stew sticks. And it's just delicious.
Ben's meat stick, dude.
Ben's fat stick.
No nicotine, just straight up
Just
stew.
straight
100% stew.
Blowing pork clouds, dude.
I feel like we gotta have a little nicotine in there, y'all. Come on, dude.
Dude, that is
Nicotine
nuts.
stew.
Nicotine stew. Yeah. In fact, now we're just cooking because you could pop a few zins in the stew, let them cook down a little bit, and then while you're eating the stew, you're getting your nicotine.
Or you make the
I don't
lamb
hate that.
inhale a ton of
Yeah, you got-
nicotine,
yeah, you
and then you kill it.
Yeah, you've definitely. Yeah, you have the lamb smoke like 10 cigars.
Trap every orifice so that it chimneys in there.
Nicotine-infused
Yeah,
lamb stew.
and then you
Trap every orifice and then kill it, and then
1,000%
put it right in.
Yeah, cigar in the butt, cigar in the mouth,
Ears.
Smoke, yeah, ears. You smoke the whole lamb like that.
alive.
Yeah, alive, yeah, until it gets real sick, and then you kill it. And then you kill it.
Gotta keep all the holes trapped, though. Gotta keep all the holes trapped.
Yeah, dude. And then you're
Dunk it in your stew.
You're eating a piece of stew. It's like one piece of lamb is like a zin. It's like a whole zin. Like probably like how much is a zin? Like 20 milligrams? 12?
No, Jesus Christ.
I have no idea.
20 milligrams in would fucking kill you. No, they're like 3.
They're like 3?
3, 6, and there might be a 12. There is a 12.
You ever pop a zin like in the microwave before you fucking put it in your mouth?
Is
That
that a
shit
thing?
activates the fuck out of it. 3 seconds in the mic, dude. Sick.
Is that real?
No, that'd be crazy. That'd be nice, dude. Yeah, dude. You ever have a zin with a piping hot stew, dude? So good.
People do love the like morning Lucy and the espresso Lucy with a coffee.
Oh yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard that is a thing.
yeah. Wait, an espresso Lucy? What's
Lucy,
that?
it's like one of
They're
our
our friends.
It's our
Flavor?
nicotine
They're our
pouch
friends.
partner.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Don't bleep them out. Am
I'm
I
like-
right? No, yeah,
Don't you do it.
I'm bleep.
yeah. You bet it will bleep all of it.
Your outfit's from.
My outfit's from.
Well, Ben, I don't know if you remember this, Ben. Around this time, probably about 10 years ago. Actually, we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of our drive across the country together.
Oh my God, it's been 10
I believe
years.
it was 2015.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
I was actually. I think
Or was it 2016?
one or the other.
I'm going to look.
Yeah, I would guess 2015 actually.
That's what I'm
That's the
confirming.
only time I've ever driven across the country, or I didn't drive at all. I didn't drive once.
Ben didn't
I
have
just-
his
hell yeah.
license.
I didn't have my license.
This
Yeah.
is
You
2015.
knew that. You knew that going into it, right?
So, dude, this is what happened. It was a great thing that we pulled off. It was a
Yeah.
little mental.
It was completely last minute on my end for sure. Like Giulio called me the day before and was like, "Do you want to drive across the country with me?" And I was like, I got nothing going on. Let's do it."
I decided that we only had a little bit of time to do
Yeah.
this. Now, for no specific reason other than I was like, I should be like trying to make shit happen for myself in the city.
Yeah.
But like, basically, I don't even know how it came up. Our friends who they sent their kid to do an internship in California,
Right.
and he wanted his
And he
car.
wanted his car from New York.
Yes. So basically,
Yeah, instead of shipping it,
they're like, if you want to drive it, we'll
we
like
took it,
pay for
yeah.
everything or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah.
if there's like extra money, you can keep some of it or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like effectively the deal. So I'm like, all right. So we plan. Could you right now say the route that we went?
I think so. We started, I believe we kind of went, by the way, I am an idiot when it comes to like geography and where shit is. So like, I wouldn't be able to even tell you if we went like north or south, but I think we went through St. Louis first and hit the Arch. I believe that
So-
was the first stop.
Correct. By the way, mental move because we left at 2 p.m. from New York.
Yeah.
And we went the scenic route because I wanted to drive through West Virginia.
That was, so that's why. I mean, G
It was
definitely-
1,097 miles.
We hit some stops for sure, but I mean, yeah. And
we didn't really.
No, but I mean, like, there was no giant rubber band ball or fucking tar
We didn't
pits.
do any of that
No,
shit.
but it was like I'd never seen the St. Louis Arch before. That's
No,
what you
but
got.
I'm talking about just the first
Oh,
leg.
Yeah,
Because in my mind, I was like,
Rubber band ball.
No, but I'm saying, but you
get
said
that, I get
the
that.
St. Louis Arch. You said we
Yeah.
made some stops. But I'm saying,
But that was just New
the
York
Arch.
to St. Louis,
Right.
nonstop.
Nonstop.
And then we stopped for barely even a night. It was like
We got in
like late, and then we got on the road by like 8 a.m. or something.
Yeah, I think we got in at like late at night the following day. I think it was actually, we definitely were up all night.
Yeah.
It was an 18-hour drive.
Yeah, and it was some weird thing where the hotel let us check in like at an obscene hour and then not even pay for like a whole night, I think, because we were literally like checking in at like 3 a.m. and then we were planning on leaving by like 9 a.m. or some shit like that. And they were like, what? You want the room for like 6 hours? Like if that, yeah. So I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then we hit the road. And then I believe next stop was Omaha, Nebraska.
Correct.
Awesome. Got some. This is back when weed was illegal, y'all. This was fucking awesome, man. I ran out of weed. It's a cross country trip. I smoke a lot of weed. I thought, oh, this will be enough weed. That shit was gone by St. Louis, and I was freaking out, like,
Like a
oh my
day?
god. Yeah, I was freaking out, like, oh my god, I have no more weed for this long distance cross country trip. And what I remember from working in the hotel business in New York City is any hotel that you stay at, talk to the bellman or the fucking door guys if you want anything illegal. And I went up to the guys in Omaha, Nebraska, and I was like, I'm out of weed, like, no. And they gave me some of the best weed and some of the, like, this crazy tincture, like, edible type thing that I was just dropping on the whole trip. But they really saved me in Omaha, Nebraska. And we got a really nice hotel from what I remember in Omaha, Nebraska, because I think there's some photos of us in robes. I never wear a robe, unless it's somebody else's, and I'm in their house and I'm just putting it on.
And they don't know you're there.
And they don't know I'm there, or
You're
they
enjoying it.
Yeah, I unplugged the dog cam or whatever, all the stuff, and that's when I put on their robes. But
don't know I'm there.
yeah, but we had robes, and I think it was a nice hotel, and then that was another one. It was like we spent the night, and then it was like super early in the morning, right on the road again. Next stop, I believe, was our great nations. Did we go to, where the fuck is it? Is it North or South Dakota? Was that the next stop? We went to Mount Rushmore. I think that was stop 3.
But we did go to Mount Rushmore. But
Right.
We didn't stay there.
No, we didn't stay there, but I think that was the next time that we stopped.
We went to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And we shot a music video.
And we shot a music video for LYB.
Lil Young Big.
Yeah, and it was awesome. And we got in a little bit of trouble.
We got in a little bit
because
of trouble.
there was this was like 4th of July weekend.
This is
when
the
we decided to
yes.
drive, this was 4th of July weekend.
So they were doing some sort of like commemorative thing.
Veterans,
Important stuff.
Marines, all this, big American flag
Respect.
stuff. And then we're shooting this LYB video where the video is called Captain America. And he's got a Captain America shield. And we had found this American flag kite or some type of cloak that would be blowing, but it essentially looked from afar like a torn up American flag because all the stripes were like individually separated. So he looks, if you've seen LYB looks kind of crazy, and we're underneath Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we weren't even like in the main area. We were like,
we were like off the, we went
woods.
off the beaten path into the woods, and we're like filming this thing with, him rapping Captain America. And then all of a sudden we were approached by a military wife that was like, hey, just letting you know that all those guys over there want to kick your ass because you're desecrating the flag and you're disrespecting America or something like that.
I don't remember being that extreme. She was just like, these guys are worried that you might be being disrespectful. So we just needed to come over to make sure
that this wasn't it.
And we're like, no.
No, we just bought this thing.
This is a
it looks
kite.
like this.
Look.
Yeah, we didn't do it to this thing.
But then we're like, we should probably.
And then we were like, we
wrap
should
it
get
up.
out of here. But I mean, dude, we were being so silly. This was like the trip of not being smart with fireworks also. Or purchasing fireworks,
came back to fuck me over later.
But we were there.
Fine.
I know we were fine, but when I think back on it, we were lighting fireworks in the woods underneath Mount Rushmore, dude.
Were we?
Yeah, there are scenes of you with sparklers and shit.
Right.
And dude, we could have easily started. It was so dry. It was like 100 degrees, middle of fucking July, And like we could have started a fire at fucking Mount Rushmore for like,
Oh my God,
yeah,
dude.
and like, yeah. So that was crazy.
Oh my
That was
God.
crazy because also, where the fuck did we get those fireworks? Because we didn't even stop. We stopped in Montana later and picked up a shit ton of fireworks.
in Wyoming, I think.
Okay, yeah, but
We must have bought them in South Dakota. We must have bought
Yeah, we must
sparklers.
find-
No, you know what happened, dude? We bought sparklers or some
For
shit,
the music
and
video.
you were like, "We're gonna need to get some fireworks because we're gonna
Yeah,
be
these
able to-"
sparklers are whack, dude. We need
Yeah,
to get
he's
some-
like, "We need the real fucking.
we
deal.
need to get the real deal, man. Yeah, and so we did stop in at Mount Rushmore, and then that night we decided to push on, right? And then the next stop was
Okay, wait. So I don't want to get there yet because there's a couple details that I find
Okay.
pretty funny before we get this far. So the first night we're in West Virginia and we go into an Arby's. Do you remember this? And
oh my god, I didn't until just now, but we
Dude.
talked about this for a long
Yeah.
time after the trip. Yeah,
we went into an Arby's and we were like ordering whatever bullshit food.
yeah,
that was-
roast beef,
whatever.
yeah, roast beef
burger,
sandwich from
roast
Morty,
beef,
yeah,
whatever. And Benny's like, "All right, I'll have."
I'll have the roast beef. Yeah, the
But I remember it as a burger, but it might have been.
yeah, it's definitely a roast beef. I would never get if I was going to Arby's, I'd get the cheese and roast beef sandwich for sure.
So okay, so say he got that, and then the person goes, "Do you want the mid?" And Benny was like, "The fuck is that?"
I go, what's the mid?
You
What
say
was
it like
it?
that too?
Yeah, I was like,
combative?
we were both, yeah, because we were both like, what the?
We both were like, "What
yeah,
the fuck?"
and I mean, this was one of those situations. This is like
want
middle of
the
nowhere,
mid, dude.
middle of nowhere America. Also,
Middle of the night.
and like when this is such a stereotype, but like these people were atrocious working at this Arby's, dude. Everybody looked like. It
was like
Onion Town?
it was creature of the night vibe.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be geographically specific.
Sure.
Just picture like any remote area in the middle of the night, the people who are there in the middle of the
Okay.
night. It
Yeah.
was that vibe.
Yeah. So everybody, it was a very like weird vibe. Everybody working there was weird. Everybody that was in the Arby's was weird. So I
And
was
weird
already-
and like, bro, like weird, like they were like barely there.
Yeah.
Like their body was occupied by a parasite, but their
yeah,
their body was
worm
actually
brain.
dead.
Yeah.
they worm brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
you
said
want the
mid.
mid? Yeah,
mid.
dude, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, and it was crazy. So I go, what's the mid? And dude, I don't even remember what
Can
the
you
mid
look up
is.
what the mid
Did
is?
it break
the
her brain?
Mid,
Arby's the mid.
Arby's the mid. Like, what was the mid,
Dude, I don't know.
And I was like,
You're like,
what's the mid?
I'm good on the mid, dude.
Yeah,
I think that's a size.
And there was a man.
Oh, maybe.
Because I went to a roast beef place after our wedding, and I think they had
The
like
mid?
It's like a thing
medium.
in
It's
roast
like-
beef medium. Maybe it's like more beef.
medium beef.
Maybe it's an acronym. MID is like more.
Interior.
Yeah, more included.
At Arby's, mid refers to drink size.
That's not it.
dude.
No.
This was like
that is not what she was
This was like
offering, dude.
no. This
Yeah.
was meat. This was meat
This was
related.
this was either meat or sex related.
This
for
was
sure.
meat or sex
Yeah,
related.
she was like, "You want some mid?"
Some 5 out of 10 sex.
Where do I have to go to get the mid, dude?
Dude. Okay, so
That might just be a their
Yeah, I
thing.
might, dude. I'd never, and I'm a frequenter of Arby's, okay? And this guy, this person, I'd never heard the term the mid before. So
it was
yeah.
crazy.
In my
Maybe
head,
it's
I
a
think-
meal. Maybe it's a meal.
No, so I think
The
you
MD.
were closer actually with your first guess, which I think now is that it was more meat. Is that? And I was just like, why don't you just say more meat? Why is it called the mid?
Dude, also the mid, yeah, it felt very slangy. It's
Yeah,
like, where is
yeah.
this coming
You want
from?
the mid, or do you want mid, or do you like the is what's weird about it?
we really got a hoot out of that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So then
So we
we
stopped
go
in
to
mid.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
I do remember, we got in. I remember that drive being 18 hours, which would
to
mean,
St. Louis,
Yeah.
the first leg was 18 fucking
it
hours.
was over 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever met somebody who wasn't driving because it was their job
that did that.
that has driven that far.
I remember that when we
Still to
did
this
that, I
day.
was like, that was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that first part was crazy, but that was necessary. I mean, we did this in record time. It was like 3 days, not
Dude,
even.
So okay. I mean, I think I forget the total amount of days, but we'll get there. So this is day one and night one.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning like we stayed somewhere, right? Because we stayed up overnight, whatever. So St. Louis, then went to Omaha. I don't even remember this. In Omaha, they gave us a Mercedes.
Oh my God! Did we try to go to the casino
We
or
tried to
something?
go to this casino. He didn't have his ID. We like completely forgot. Classic. Yeah.
Well, no. This is the constant thing that's always wrong with my ID. It's always expired. Same as right now. It's like I have a driver's license, but it's always expired.
Oh.
So it's like, yeah.
Okay,
So it's
okay,
like
okay.
so it's not like I'm a piece of shit and didn't have it.
Expired
it was an
license.
expired ID. Yeah, but so yeah. And I think we got all the way there.
We got
all
we
the
were
way.
there.
Dude, you're right. We got
Yeah.
all the way to the casino and I got turned away at the door.
Yes.
Yeah, because my
so that all
ID's
happened.
expired. Yeah.
So then from there, it was planned well in a way because we only had, say we had 5 or 6 nights total to do it. I was like, I want to see all these amazing places that I've never
Yeah.
seen. And you were even hyping me up about it. Like, you're never going to believe how sick it is. And like, it felt like it lived up to it. So the next day we go and we do the Lil Young Big video.
Yeah, we're in
South Dakota.
South Dakota. Thank you.
Okay. And from there, then what? Do you remember?
And then I believe that is when we went through Yellowstone National Park.
We started to get close to
Was
the
there a
Yellowstone
stop
National
before that?
Yes.
What I see, I'm blanking on that. I don't remember
Okay,
that.
this
stop.
is great. So basically, now we have all this these weed stuff,
Yeah.
which is fine. But like tincture and like Benny is like getting really freaked out by us driving at night in these national forests and he's right to, because there's animals popping out of it everywhere.
Oh, this is okay. For some reason, I thought that was in Yellowstone.
It's
It's like on the
was
it's on like the
close.
eastern edge of Yellowstone.
let me see if I can find the
It was like,
geotag.
yeah, we stopped in some, because, all right, it's nighttime. We're driving through some national park that may or may not be Yellowstone. And you're on the edge of cliffs. You're driving at night and
it's
there
pretty gnarly.
are rabbits and deer running in front of the car all the fucking time. Not even just like every once in a while. It was like so many animals.
So many animals.
Crossing in front while we're going 80 in a fucking Audi, dude. Like, and it's like, I was just like, no, dude, we have to stop tonight. We have to stop. It's too dangerous. We're on the edge of a cliff. There's animals fucking everywhere and we need to stop somewhere. And it just so happened that we came across some like lodge, like the
So
Bear
dude,
Lodge.
this is in Parkman, Wyoming.
Okay.
I just found that, and dude, the video that I pulled up was just you on the toilet. I just found a video of you. We're not going to show it.
It
but
probably,
you're gonna laugh.
probably had some stew, dude.
Yeah. Just hello.
Dude, and I'm naked on the toilet.
Hot buddies.
Dude,
Hot,
because
sweaty
I'll
butt.
tell you this, you guys. There's nothing better than like a naked shit, dude. Like when you're like, in Port Authority or wherever, you take all your clothes off and take a shit. It's fucking awesome, man. It feels really good.
It's a good takeaway. So anyway, dude, so we're like,
It's the real deal.
I don't know why we didn't. You know what happened?
You ever get naked before you go in the shower and then you take a shit before you go in the shower?
Every time.
Yeah, it's one of the best things.
Turn the shower on.
Turn the shower on. Listen
Then
to the shower.
You turn the
Yeah.
shower on because then your wife or girlfriend's like, he's showering. But then you flush
Really?
40 minutes later.
Oh, dude. See, sometimes I get self-conscious that they're listening and I don't even flush it until after the shower.
Yeah, but then you don't.
but then
you want
you
to make
get-
sure that they're not like, can I come in and
Can
hang
you
out?
come in? There's just a fat shit in
Yeah.
the toilet. Yeah.
And then the thing, I did this yesterday.
No.
Can I come in and hang?
Yeah, you're in the shower. You whip the thing. No, you fall out of the shower. No, you hit the flush it.
You're like, I did everything backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday, I spent way too much time just sitting on the toilet and watching TV or watching stuff on my phone. The shower was on. My wife's like, "Are you coming out soon?" I was like, "I'll be almost out." And then I like sneak into the shower. I didn't poop. I sneak into the shower. I shower. I realize that there's still like piss in the toilet. So then I got out of the shower, and then she has her retainer inside a plastic cup. I took her retainer out of the plastic cup. I filled it up with water in the sink, and then I simulated peeing into the toilet.
That's next level.
So it sounded like I went and peed
dude,
in the
there's
toilet.
something wrong with us, man, because like we shouldn't be this scared
And
to
then
like of our
And then
but I'm the same way.
I flushed, and I lied about the sounds that I made in
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And when you climbed in the shower, you were real like quiet when you moved the thing, so it doesn't even like make a slide. Yeah, it doesn't even. Yeah, you just. Yeah, I know exactly, dude.
It's
But
all
yeah.
one. I always pee in the showers. It's
Yeah.
a big
Oh
lie.
yeah. That's another surprising thing about this story is that like, why didn't you just pee in the shower? You filled up the toilet. Oh, because you were just sitting there having a good time, butt ass naked,
Watching car crash videos.
watching car crash videos. Maybe you get a little hard, get a quick crank in, then you hop in. Yeah, man. I know how it is. We all know how it is.
We all know.
Naked
We all
poop.
know how it is. Yeah, a little naughty poop. I call it a little naughty poop, dude. Yeah, a little. You're naked, pooping. Maybe you see a little Instagram of your boy GIULIO. You go. This guy knows what he's
Little
doing.
stew sweats.
You
Starts
gotta
to
sweat the
stew
stew
from
out.
the glands of your thigh.
Yeah.
Jesus
Okay, we did get a little sidetracked here, but I'm
No,
pretty
no,
sure the
that's all right.
listeners can all relate to what we're talking about.
Nice. I love that just you on the toilet sparked this.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was if I had been clothed, I wouldn't have said anything, but I was butt naked in
naked.
that.
You were.
Yeah, butt naked on the toilet.
Dude, so we must have booked a hotel somewhere too far.
Right, and we were
away.
like, absolutely not.
We're just like, there's no way we're going to be able to do
We
this.
would have died 1,000% because we're also sleep deprived too. We were like also tired, like
We've driven thousands of
We
miles.
and that was the
Thousands.
thing is that like these rabbits, man, that were running across the road in front of the headlights all the time. Dude, I don't even know. Did we kill any of these fucking rabbits?
No, but the fact that we're just in the middle of Wyoming, and we've only been on the road 2 nights is fucking
Yeah, that's
nuts.
concerning.
Yeah.
That's understated.
It's nuts.
It's
yeah.
nuts.
Unle- Not including the overnight drive initially. But so we come upon this lodge somehow.
It was like a Stephen King novel or some
Dude,
shit where it's
fully.
literally like out of nowhere in the distance there's like civilized like a cabin flickering, and it just so happens where it's like vacancy, and we're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
And then what was even more crazy, it was like the sickest place ever, dude.
Dude, first of all, you could smoke inside.
Yeah.
You could smoke at the bar.
You could smoke
There's
at the
all
bar.
these big like native dudes at the bar, and it was
Yeah.
last call.
Yeah, we show up, we barely get checked in too because they were like, it was so late, and somehow we got checked in, and they're like, it's last call at the bar. We able
We
to
both
get
get
2
2
whiskeys,
drinks each.
2 whiskeys, and then they're like, oh, cash only, and Julia's like, okay, let me go to the ATM and pull out some cash. We go to the ATM. Someone has left like $100 or $200
I think it
in
was
the
like
ATM.
$80.
I was like 80. Let's say 180.
Just sitting.
Feels like $200.
Sitting in the tray.
Just sitting in the tray. And so no joke, Julia's like,
mind if I
yoink.
do?
And and so no joke, we got like half the room and the drinks like completely on this random ATM money in the middle of nowhere. And from what I remember also was like, it was a nice clean room, nice little tiny, small room, but felt very lodgy, smelled like cedar, it's all very wood, there's paintings of ducks and shit. And
Is there a robe?
I think there was like not like a bear rug, but there might have been like a native, like a native cloth rug, perhaps.
I thought you said robe. Yeah, there
Did
may
you
have
say
been.
robe or did you say rug?
I said robe,
Oh, my bad.
you did.
Rub. Okay, yeah, no robes, no robes.
but rug.
Yeah, but maybe maybe a native rug, and I think another night of quick sleep. But then when we woke up in the morning, probably one of the better like mountain breakfasts I've ever had. We had like chicken fried steak and eggs like by a little river like on because
I
outside
remember
the lodge they had a little like diner
was
type thing
sick,
attached to it. And it was one of those things where I was like, how are we even here right now? This is this is crazy.
It was sick.
And then we woke up, had this beautiful like country breakfast type deal. And then we hit the road again, and then that's when we like slipped into Yellowstone National Park, I believe.
Yes.
And I've never been to Yellowstone before. That was the first
sick.
time. Have you been back since then?
Yeah.
Nice. And what was crazy about this is that was that your first time also? Okay, so it's both of our first times going into Yellowstone. Have you been there to Yellowstone?
No.
Dude, so it was pretty sick. We did like the northern part, right? Because the geyser and all that shit's like a little further south. So
And there's
it's
more
like,
animals up there.
right.
Where
And
we
this
were.
is like this is
Saw a
like
ton of
Wyoming
animals.
national. This is like Wyoming's part of Yellowstone, right?
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
That's
'Cause
good
there's
geography.
Not bad, yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad. So we're going through this part, and when we go through the entrance, the guy gives you like a little map of the park, and then there's also a checklist of every animal that's in the park. So it's gray wolf, black bear, brown bear, all
Moose.
the moose, buffalo. I think there was maybe only 1 or 2 animals on the entire list that we did not see,
And we were only there for a
we were
couple
there
hours.
for maybe 6 hours.
Hell yeah.
And I think it was like we didn't see wolves, but I mean, so many meese, dude. There were
Yeah.
meese.
A lot of
Yeah.
I'm
It's
looking.
just moose. It's just moose.
I'm looking for the buffalo video.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So, and you'll have probably seen this about Yellowstone. The buffalo, they are not extinct, dude. I thought they were gone. I thought we like killed all these fucking things.
There's a lot.
Dude, there's so many buffalo, and everybody's just an idiot because the tourists that are going through Yellowstone, these buffalo are everywhere, and myself included. I'm like, I'm gonna get a picture with one of these fucking buffalo, dude. And the second you get close to these things, like they kind of like people get gored by these things all the time. And there's a video. If Giulio can
This
find
is the
it.
one, right? Is this it?
Yeah, that's
I thought there
it.
was one that
Someone
was
getting gored?
closer, but this you can kind of see it side eyeing you.
Yeah, can you-
I ran
Yeah, I
in the
can see it.
because and he
Yeah,
kind of
Giulio,
starts.
I
Like,
ran into the woods
this
because
thing started
Right,
trotting.
because
at
wanted
me.
this
you
thing
to
started
go.
trotting at me, man. And
Yeah, it was
I
crazy.
literally, yeah. So
Sounds right.
yeah, chased by a buffalo in Yellowstone. We get back into the car and we're driving along, and then all of a sudden black bear crosses the road right in front of us. The traffic all stops and everybody gets out of their cars to take pictures of this black bear. And me being the videographer that I am, I'm like, I gotta get footage of this black bear. I jump out of the car with my camera, chasing this fucker, zooming in on it, trying to get the footage, get back in the car, and we're driving for like another hour. And then I realized I dropped my phone after I got out of the car when we were back at that black bear. So then we backtracked like all the way back to where I was chasing the bear and searched for my phone for a while, and then basically never found it because it's fucking Yellowstone National Park, and how are you gonna find your phone? Like, and
But you remember what happened later?
yeah, I was just in the car, dude.
Oh, you're the worst, dude.
Dude, we found it like 36 hours later.
Yeah. It was like two. Yeah, it was like at the end of the trip. Yeah, and I'd
you want
already
to kill him?
We were already
Yes.
I'd already made peace with the fact that the phone
Yeah.
was gone. Like all the pictures, all the video, all
Yeah,
the footage,
yeah.
all of it's gone. And then
There it was.
There it was. But yeah, we wasted a lot of time fucking doing that. But I also think that might have contributed to why we went to our next stop.
Did it?
Because I think maybe it kind of like fucked with our timing a little bit. Where it's like maybe it makes sense to go this way.
So that's not how I remember.
That's not okay. So
but it might be. So, but
Okay.
how do you remember it?
okay, so we get out of Yellowstone National Park, and if I remember this correctly, right when you get out of Wyoming, you're right fucking next to Montana, or Montana's
So
right
there's a Montana entrance to Yellowstone.
to Yellowstone also. So we were close to Montana, and one of my best friends in the world, my buddy Max, who I went to elementary, middle school, high school, and college with. He was my roommate in college. Played lacrosse with this guy. One of my best fucking friends in the world. Lives in Montana, and he was born on the 4th of July. And we were just like, oh shit, like we're right here. It's the 4th of July. I know for a fact that he's having a big party in this town called Big Fork, Montana. It's a big lake town. So much fun. Awesome. They have a big 4th of July parade. And I was just like, Giulio, we should pop up there. And I hit up a few people in Montana, like, would this be plausible to surprise Max? And could we have a place to stay? And they were like, dude, come immediately. So we're heading up to Big Fork, Montana. And that's when I'm like, it's 4th of July. We better stop and get some fucking fireworks.
Okay.
By the way, dude, he has not seen this guy since college, and he's
Yeah.
about to. It's like 8 years later, and he's about to just show up randomly on his birthday.
Yeah.
it's like
So
a
it's-
crazy surprise.
You guys still stay
And
in
it
touch though?
Must
Oh
have
my
been-
God, yeah,
dude, it
yeah,
might have been his
yeah, yeah.
30th
You're-
birthday, even.
Yeah. It was just some
was
random
like-
birthday. Yeah, some random
It may have
birthday.
been a big birthday.
I don't think it was a big birthday, but it may be. But I do know that I hadn't seen him in probably 5 years plus, or been back to Montana in like 5 years plus.
So, dude, this is the problem with this. So once you start doing a road trip, long distances start to feel very accomplishable. Maybe it's your like,
oh yeah.
maybe for me it's like my Northeast brain.
Well,
or
no, I
something,
mean
but,
anything
like,
after that first day, we were like, 8 hours.
exactly.
Fuck that. Like that's easy.
So, dude,
Yeah.
this from Yellowstone to this place was 355 miles out of the way.
Yeah.
Productive at all? Or
No.
completely out of the way?
Completely out of the way.
here we are. We're going to Oregon to drop him off. So we're here.
We decided to go north.
We're in Wyoming. We have to go here.
Yeah.
We instead decide to do that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It
So
was
it's
the
really
craziest
not helpful.
fucking move on earth, but it seemed cool.
But it seemed cool. Yeah, it
not?
seemed, yeah. And it was like, oh, another cool thing to see. Cause I'd been to this town before and I was like, Julia, you should
was
see
sick.
this town. And then like, but then from what I remember when we got there, it was just like mayhem.
Chaos.
Yeah. It was just absolute mayhem because when we showed up late on the 4th of July It is probably like midnight, maybe. It's
Dude,
close
it was
to
late.
close
Yeah,
to
it was
closing at the bars.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, and we show up, but like, you know, Max is blown away. And Max has heard about Giulio and has seen things of Giulio and was excited to meet Giulio and excited to see me. And everybody was really excited. And we're at the bar and we're having a great fucking time. And then that's when it's like, okay, where are we going to stay? We're going to this other guy's house for a house party and we're going to sleep there. And that was the big plan. But then we realized we're putting people into the car, Max, his girlfriend at the time, and maybe even another person, I don't know. And that's when we realized, oh, everybody that's at Max's birthday is rolling right now on fucking, it was either Molly or they were all fucked up. They were all fucked up, like out of their minds. And so by the time we get in the car and it's pitch black and we're driving around, these motherfuckers cannot find the house.
Dude, we don't have service.
We don't have service.
We don't know where we're going.
My buddy cannot remember the directions, and we're basically just driving around for hours.
And then at some point we get to
whatever the house was.
But dude, no, there's fire trucks blocking the road.
house. Yeah,
and we're like, everybody's screaming at each other, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because everybody's like, let's just get out and walk. And we're like, absolutely not. Like, no,
dude,
no.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and so I think what happened is that we were like, you guys know the people in the house. You get out and walk or something. And when they got out of the car, since there were so many people in the car, when they got out of the car, a suitcase of ours got left outside of the car.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that?
Yes. And then we had to go back.
So then no joke. They get out of the car because they're all fucked up, and somebody moved one of Giulio's suitcases
and like left it on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere,
in the middle of
in the
fucking
forest
nowhere,
of Montana, bro.
In pitch black darkness, and we get to the house. And we're like about to go into the house and like find our beds and shit. And we're taking all of our suitcases out to go into the house. And Julia's like, "Where's my fucking bag?"
Oh my God.
And it's like, oh my God, like they must have taken it out of the fucking car. And then somehow how
did we find it?
Dude, somehow we drove back. We brought somebody maybe, but you were pissed, dude. Holy shit.
Well, dude, everybody was already pissed.
Yeah. And everybody we were beyond like.
Everybody's like hammered and yelling at each other.
And everybody's buzz has been essentially killed because like it took so long.
Dude, a 10-minute drive took 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So it was like, so then it was like, then we went back, found the fucking bag somehow, which was like a huge relief because I was like, damn it, like this is on my friends for sure. Like that, that this thing got left. So I was like, thank God we found that shit. And then we went.
It was like I remember it being like a miracle that we found it.
Yeah.
Like it was like literally, it was like somehow like as if they took it and fucking threw it in the woods. That's how like insanely located it was, which makes it even crazier that we found it. That type of thing.
Yeah. So we did find it, and then I think we made it back. There was some other weird thing with the house that we were going to stay at because there was still a massive party going on.
Yeah.
And there was like
even when you got back?
Even when we got back. And
hours later.
And people, it's 4th of July. Everybody's,
everyone's
fucked up, twisted, doing drugs, all sorts of people are awake. And Giulio's like, dude, absolutely not. Like there was nowhere for us to sleep, basically.
Oh, it was like a crazy full ass party.
Yeah, it was like a frat party.
There's no way. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like they were like, oh, you can sleep in this room, and there's like 4 other people in the room. And like people in the bed, and they're like, yeah, just get in the bed with these other people. And we're like, absolutely not.
Yeah, with like a dude and his girlfriend.
Yeah, and they were like, you can sleep in the bed with Dave. And I'm like, I don't know Dave.
Dude, yeah.
And so my buddy Patrick actually came up pretty big in the clutch. Patrick is a kind of a big Montana real estate honcho. And he had some house that he was
living or sitting.
Yeah, he was like,
squat. You got the squat?
Yeah, it was one of those houses. Yeah, it was a house that he had access to that he was selling, but he was like, yo, like, let's go back to the fucking house. Or I don't even know if the situation is. I don't want to get Patrick in trouble or anything. But
we'll bleep him out.
Dude, we must have gone to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, the sun was coming up. Sun was coming up.
And dude, then we have to wake up and drive 600 miles to Portland.
Yeah.
Unbelievably hungover.
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrible.
At least a fucking...
It's 592 miles.
Yeah, I think it's at least 8 to 9 hours.
It says 9 hours, 21 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's 9 hours.
But once you start getting past the 6-7 hour drive, you need to start tacking full hours onto your drive.
Yeah.
For things that you can't really account for. Like you stop making up for time on Google Maps when it gets past a certain distance. Is what I've learned. So anyway, we did that.
So we did that. But yeah, and before we'd gone to meet Max, we'd also picked up a bunch of fireworks. in Wyoming, and I still have some of those fireworks
In your garage?
In my garage, yeah. In fact, one of the artillery shells is what I blew my hand up with. Do you remember when I blew my hand up?
Wow.
It was one of those from our trip.
I do remember that.
Yeah, so those fireworks were cursed, pal.
Yeah, guys have heard this story already about how. So with the car, whoever I was bringing this car to, my friend Eddie, I drop it off the next day in like Sacramento, wherever the fuck he was, Northern California, and he's like. When it was time for him to be done with the internship, he's like, dude, your drive sounded sick. Should we do it too? And that's when the firework incident happened.
Oh, right. But the same fireworks
fireworks that were left over from
exactly.
our trip.
Yeah. And then shortly after I had those same fireworks, I was at the beach and, you know, artillery shells that you put in the tube and they shoot way up and then they explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You do?
Yeah. So
I understand what you're.
I do
They
not.
look like little hand grenades that
Yeah.
you load into a big tube that shoots into the sky really high and then explodes like fucking big.
My father-in-law has this.
Yeah, and so me being a fucking moron, I'm like, oh, dude, we don't need the tube. I'll just light it in my hand and I'll throw it. And then, no joke, this thing went off in my hand. I'll show you the picture. It's fucking.
It's one of the craziest pictures in the world.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that I still have a hand, to be
He's
honest.
fully lucky he still has a hand.
I've seen as you're grabbing that. I've seen
phone
videos
is not
recently.
there.
That's your change. Your change is over there.
Benny
Change
losing his phone in the middle of the episode.
Your loose
is
change
great.
is on the side, out of camera.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Change.
I've seen videos recently where people do stuff like that. And
Yeah.
their hand is
It's
just
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
Someone's celebrating the Dodgers win the World Series.
Yep.
Someone blew up their hand and like straight up to an iPhone camera. It was on Twitter that night. Just like a thumb and a nub.
Oh God.
So I can't
Yeah.
believe that you have all
And
of
you know
your
what's
fingers.
messed up? Every time that I see one of those videos now, I have a full-blown panic attack.
Yeah.
Because I put myself
PTSD.
into, because when it happened, I truly thought when I looked down that I was going to see no fucking fingers or no hand. And the fact that it didn't, and dude, look, there's nothing, dude. There's
Dude,
You
you
could
gotta
be a
show
hand
him the
model.
picture.
You could be
Yeah.
a hand model.
Dude, what's the one where the guy
Thanks,
in the
y'all.
wheelchair is right? Terry!
Put her in reverse, Terry. Put her in reverse.
Oh my God. It's a classic. Put it in
yeah,
reverse, Terry.
God damn,
Terry
I should
was
have this
fine.
more accessible.
I don't get fireworks, dude.
You don't get it?
I don't get the.
I don't get it either.
fireworks.
Oh man,
And
it
I
must
went
be
to
some-
jail for it.
Oh,
Yeah, it sounds like
dude.
it's your fault. You just stopped for the fireworks.
Yeah, I'm the one that wanted them, man, and it just didn't pan out for anybody really. But I still got them. Still got them. If you ever want to come over, dude, we'll fucking blow some shit up.
I'd rather have some stew.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we'll
Oh,
eat
nice.
some stew, blow some shit up. That's a classic Benny D hang
Stew's
right there.
flammable, dude.
Yes, dude.
Put stew in the fireworks.
Yes. Let's see here.
I forget.
I'm googling
Yes.
hand. Yeah, it's not gonna show up if I write hand.
Type in Phantom. Is that the brand?
What year? We could probably find it.
I've definitely sent it to you.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry,
if you
we're
find
losing
it, send it
steam.
to us.
Yeah,
If you
we're
find
losing
it, send it
steam.
to us. No,
I'll
it's
show
all
you.
right.
I'll show you after the John.
So anyway, memorable trip, dude. Glad we survived.
Yeah. So
Insane.
yeah, and then we ended up. We drove from Montana to Portland. We spent one night in Portland. I think that was the first time you came to my house in Portland, and then it was just like Giulio just took off in the morning and disappeared into California.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you stayed back?
Well, actually, we had to have car work done in Portland, I think.
We had to get tires.
Yeah, tires, and I
tires.
think we blew out the undercarriage of the car
Really?
somehow, because like when we were in Yellowstone,
Oh, we drove over a dead.
we drove over something and it like unhinged the thing. Because there's a photo of me like under the car trying to like.
Oh, that happened at
secure-
night too.
Yeah, it was like what's
A
that
giant.
thing
It was
called?
like an elk, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
We drove over. We like drove over an elk like it was a jump.
yeah.
Like
and
a
it was like
fucking
yeah, and it like
Grand
bottomed
Theft
out the
Auto
car. Yeah, it was like bottomed out the
Bonus
car.
points, dude. It was
And
crazy.
a big piece of like I forget what that thing is called because I'm
The Audi TT Roadster.
Yeah, no, but I mean the thing that's the
Yeah,
guard.
yeah.
There's some like guard
Bumper?
underneath. No, it's like
like
underneath the
underneath
car,
to
like
guard the bottom of the
yeah,
shit of the
Shield.
car.
yeah, and there's like a big piece of like plastic that like came completely off. That we ended
fender?
up- No, it's like under. It's
It's
like
literally
under, like,
underneath
yeah.
the bike. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where
So it's like you can't see all the parts. It's like yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. So it's like yeah. I think my dad was like, I know a guy, and he took you to a car place.
yeah,
and
we got new tires.
new tires. They resecured whatever the hell fell off, and
Or they came loose.
and then he hit the
Did
road.
it
But yeah,
again.
that was the only time I've ever done it, and I don't know if I'll ever do it again in my entire life. I have no idea, but
It was wild.
I don't plan on it. But I think that's the That's the only time I have and will ever drive across the country.
It was amazing. I'm trying to see how far the last leg of my drive was also fucking insane. Yeah, 580 miles. Like,
Jesus.
I know. Like, just, dude, crazy
That's from
amounts of
Portland.
mileage.
That's from Portland to
Sacramento.
Wow.
Crazy. So anyway, whatever. Good shit.
And then you ended up doing it again.
I did it again.
Yeah. With Eddie.
I did it in a much more linear fashion. Like, it was a much more kind of like straight across route, which was fun for me because I got to go see other shit I hadn't yet seen.
Yeah.
But obviously the fucking fireworks thing got in the way.
Dude. And you know what? I still love them. Still
still
love
love 'em.
fireworks.
Oh, no, I do not.
No, when you were angry, when you were going back for the suitcase, and during all that chaos,
He was so
I was
mad.
so mad.
was that within the
It was
30?
awesome. Because like Julia and I rarely have rifts between us either, where like we're at ends or at odds with each other. And
Yeah.
like Julia was like pissed
We were like
because
yelling at each other.
I was trying to like dumb it, trying to like.
No, bro, you flipped out earlier in the night.
I did.
Too.
Oh yeah.
Well, everybody, like, not
Everybody had their
necessarily
own.
at
Yeah.
me.
No, but everybody
was
had their own
flipping out.
Yeah.
It was
Everybody had their own
crazy.
little snaps that night.
It, like,
Everyone had their
crazy.
turn.
Yeah. Everybody turned
Everybody had a
little-
moment, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, my shit was just like somewhere, and we had no idea.
So
along this route, we did.
Incredible.
during that situation, was that within the 36-hour window where you thought your phone was no longer
Yeah.
with you?
Yeah.
I believe-
So
I believe
that
so.
means
I
he
still-
was
no, I
that
still-
you were
yeah.
less of a resource.
Of course, I had no phone for direction, for calling people, for anything. Yeah.
And you're the POC.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
none of us had. There was just no service.
Yeah.
And like the experience move would have been to download the map if you could even do that. Then, which
Sure,
I don't know
yeah.
if you could.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
still, he had the contacts.
Yeah. I had the
on his
contacts
phone.
for, yeah.
Yes.
And so it was up to you. Didn't
Yeah.
have
There was
them.
some. Yeah.
And there was no
And you
service
guys still
anyway.
and you still
Yeah.
found a way to even get in touch with anyone.
Yeah, it was like I think this was like still in the Facebook Messenger type days where it was like
In the regular Facebook app.
on
yeah,
the regular Facebook.
yeah, on the
app,
regular
That's
Facebook app, and I
miraculous.
was like, yeah, and that's how I was like contacting people. Was I just signed into my Facebook through your thing? So I didn't even have phone numbers. I was contacting
Oh
like
yeah, dude.
Probably before
Yeah.
two-factor authentication as well.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
before that, dude.
And where was your phone?
It's like under the seat.
Under the
dude.
seat, yeah. Like, but like we did look. We looked, man, and yeah, we looked, but it wasn't. I think maybe it was even like when we went to go have the car looked at in Portland is when it was discovered. No, we found it at a gas
found
station
it-
right before we pulled in.
We found it like driving
Back from Montana,
It was a
yeah.
really nice, like, positive development
Yeah.
on that tough drive.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure when we found it too, I had just ran out of weed tincture too, and like all the weed, like everything
yeah.
was like already gone. And it was just like such a boost. Where you're like, oh my god,
Dopamine
yes.
boost.
Big
huge
time.
win, yeah,
Huge.
huge win. Yeah, I mean, because there were great pics on there and great footage on there and stuff.
There's
that-
ridiculous fucking shit in here. I was just looking at the pictures from it. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, man, what a trip. Unbelievable. All right. Well, dude, I guess that's probably it. Unless you have other questions or
No.
anybody has any other thoughts. To wrap it up. Ben, where can the people find you? And whatever you got to promote here.
I'm at the Stand. I've got my show Rumble at the Stand. Follow New Yorkers.
Is it every month?
It's every month at the Stand, usually on Wednesdays. The at New Yorkers on Instagram. And I'm hitting the road going back to Portland.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Portland Helium, June 27th through the 29th, with Mark Gagnon.
Fuck yeah.
Good guy. Hilarious
Yeah,
dude.
totally.
Yep. A great club too. Portland Helium. Yeah. We played. I came and played with you. That was awesome.
We sure did.
Yeah, but that's in my opinion, one of the best clubs in the country, and I'm excited to go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that I've established a little East Coast, West Coast club
Stuff.
stuff.
You're
'cause-
coastal.
Yeah, a little
You're a coastal
Yeah, so
clubber.
it's nice. I'm from Portland originally, so it's nice to be able to go back home for gigs and still be able to see my parents and make it all kind of like tie in together, because they've been really, really great. They know that I'm a New York guy, and anytime that there's a New York person coming through Helium, I usually get like first look on that for feature work, hosting work, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, come check me out, Portland Helium, June 27th to the 29th.
Oh, yeah. We're at Laugh Boston tonight. Me and Lynch. Come out, check that
Hell
out.
yeah.
Zany's Nashville, 20th to 21st. Then I got Charlotte, New York, a couple other things. NotJulio.com. Get tickets. Subscribe to my Patreon for my travel shit. Lynch.
Ron is really polite. Excited to see you guys tonight. June 25th, that's a Wednesday. Steam Room Etiquette. We have our 3rd improv show at Dixon Place. Get your tickets now. Link in my bio. Never been to an improv show before. It's a lot of fun. Great first impression. And is there something that you can think of that you'd like for people to comment that have listened past announcements for the YouTube version of the episode?
That they'd like to comment?
What do you want? What would you like them to
your
comment?
Your favorite stew recipes. Because I'm always looking for a new one. Any good heartburn medication that you might know that I can use.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.